Hello you guys, my name is Rin and welcome back to my channel, and this is the final house from Starter Home Week Season 2, and this is the Hippie Haunt Fixer Upper. I had a flippin' blast with this starter home. I can't even tell you. Well, okay, rewind. First of all, I can't believe that Starter Home Week is already done. That just flew by. I can't believe it. I put a lot of work into this so that it was a good week for you guys, and I hope that you had a great time just watching the videos, and if you downloaded them, enjoying the homes. So let me know if you did download any of these in the comments below, or hit me up on Twitter, Rinizandwin, and yeah, just shout and be heard. Let me know so that so I know you guys are enjoying these things. Anyway, on this house, the Hippie Haunt Fixer Upper, I freaking love this. I'm sorry. I know a lot of times I say about homes that I've built that, oh, this is out of what I normally do, blah blah blah. Okay. This is outside of what I normally do. I've never built in, I don't even know what town this is. It's the vampire one. I'm never in this town, ever. I never play with vampires. But as per usual, in my Google deep dive, I found a photo, which I will include down in the description down below. I found a photo that it was like this beautifully haunting building. It just was so lovely, but it was falling apart, and somebody had done this gorgeous art graffiti up the wall, and it was so bright and bold against the really decrepit gray that the house slowly became over time, and the art just popped off of it, and I was just blown away by how beautiful it was. I just couldn't believe it. And so I knew I had to do a build inspired by this photo eventually. Now, I did not think it was going to be a starter home, but then I thought, why not? Why not a starter home of this, exploring this idea and bringing this inspiration picture to life? And here we have it. So when I saw this photo, I thought, this home doesn't look, the inspiration home, it didn't look scary. It didn't look off-putting. It looked, even though it was getting covered by old vines and things were growing on it and in it and around it, and it was, slowly falling apart. Even with all of that, because of the artwork and just the juxtaposition of this beauty and destruction, the home felt so inviting, and I knew that I wanted to recreate that. And so what better place to do it than in, again, this vampire town that I am completely blanking on the name, but forgive me guys, I'm in the moment here. And this is it, and I'm in love with it. So I have to confess that most of the money in this starter home, trust me, it's still under $20,000, but most of the money in this starter home went to the outside because there's a lot of detail on the outside. I'm not going to lie, with that kind of flower graffiti motif going up the front, with all of the graffiti on the outside, with the cobwebs and such. Luckily, things like cracks and the little scratches and water stains, those for the most part are actually free, quote unquote free, in build mode. So that was really good. But the dry, dead vines like that, like you see right there, those cost simoleons, and I really pushed the boundaries of the budget on this one. But once we get into the inside, I think it was worth it because, again, I normally stick with things that are very tidy, very neat, orderly, but pretty. That's just what I've always done with these builds. But this one is nothing. Sorry for this long pause in the footage. My gosh. Hello? Oh no. I know what this is. Oh my gosh. Okay. Big goofball moment. This is where my mouse completely died, and there we go. Okay. My mouse died and I had to replace the batteries. But in this one, again, okay, rewind. Like I was saying, I'm normally very tidy with how I decorate my Sims homes and my speed builds. That's what I mean. And this one, I was just like, I want it to look like this used to be an abandoned home. And then this hippie, artsy girl comes along and she's like, I think I could make this into something special. And she decides to add the graffiti and whatnot and paint over the vines, which I know on here looks like under the vines, but hey, bear with me. She paints, enhances the graffiti, embraces the graffiti, and turns it into kind of her little hippie artist's abode, And she starts to add her own touches of color and brightness in this dark, gloomy space. And I really liked how that was working in this space because a lot of it doesn't make sense. And yet it makes a lot of sense. So as you see in the side here, I did a lot with the color yellow, and I just thought, yellow is such a happy, bright color. Let's bring it in. And of course, it worked really well, especially with the outdoor retreat. I think that's what it's called, stuff, like the inflatable air mattress and the outdoor shower, which come inside. The only thing that's really tucked away and private is the toilet, which you just saw get enclosed there underneath the staircase. But everything else is pretty out in the open. And that's because, again, this really artsy hippie girl came along in this really kind of dreary town and said, I'm going to add a bit of color and a bit of fun and spice to this home, slowly but surely, since it is a fixer-upper. And here is the beginning of that. So she just has a stereo. She has her art. She also has some meditation mats for her and her friends when they want to come over. And then upstairs, on the upstairs balcony, she has an easel. And she just does her art here while she slowly saves to fix it up and make it something different and unique and bright and happy again. So I just was creating that story in my mind as I was building this, and I just think it really, I don't know, I had so much fun just doing this because, again, it's something that I just wouldn't normally do. This is just not what I do. But again, with the bright colors against that really drab, gray, black color scheme, it's just, I don't know. It was just such a fun, new, different thing for me to do. And I really hope you guys like this. I know it looks kind of weird. It looks a little bizarre, but I hope that since you now understand the story and how it developed, that you'll be like, I get it. I get it. So a couple of things too, just before we head into the pictures. This home is not, I repeat, not base game only. I used a lot of different packs in this one because I wanted that creative freedom. And also at the very end here, you're going to see that I made sure that the bed upstairs was woohoo friendly. So Sims can get around the bed to the balcony to do the artwork, and Sims can get in the bed from both sides and down the stairs without, their movement being impeded in any way. So I made sure that all worked, and it does, which is great. And guys, we're gonna go into the pictures, and I will catch you at the end. Enjoy. All right, you guys, that does it for the Hippie Haunt Fixer Upper and for Starter Home Week Season 2. I hope you guys enjoyed everything, and if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed Starter Home Week, please subscribe. And guys, you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and the Sims 4 gallery, all Rin as in Win, and this home will absolutely be on the gallery. Just look for me, Rin as in Win. Guys, the internet is a very busy place, so I am honored that you chose to spend time with me here today. You guys, I hope that you had a great time this week. I will see you next time, and I love y'all. Bye for now.